Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by our naming sponsors, Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. St. Martin and Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. And Rouse's Markets, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. On today's show, we'll talk plenty of sports, Saints, LSU, Nichols, and high school with a live audience full of energy. Other participating corporate sponsors include Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barca Honda, Crosby Tugs. Now from the Eugene J. False and Lorraine False studios in Houma, Louisiana, here's the freaks of football, Bobby, Rich, Mike, Martin, Harry, Stan, and Chuck. It's time for Sports on the Bayou.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Sports on the Bayou. Mike Detillier, along with the Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert, Rich Marty. We'll be back with a lot more sports talk, football talk, and the Saints. Another win. We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin and Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. When we come back, who's in the crowd?
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
in Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin and Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin and Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors, Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barker Honda, Crosby Tugs. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Martin, you got it, brother.
You know, my nephew came in from college, Dom LaBeouf, and he said, Uncle Martin, this place seems a little dead. I said, well, it's going to be your job to get it picked up today. So, Dom, before we call the parish president up here, get this crowd going for us, please. Come on, get them going. Come on. All right, keep them going, Dom. We have the parish president from Lafourche in. He called me up this week. He said, Martin, I've been dying to come up there and help you announce the people in the crowd. Come on up, Archie Chesson. You're the next guy to introduce the crowd. I got to say, though, one of the finest parish presidents we could ask for in this area. He's done a great job. Archie, good to see you.
Yeah, we miss you, Archie.
We don't see you no more.
Yeah, we haven't seen you in a while. But Archie's so busy working, right?
We don't have a hurricane. We don't have an oil spill. He was on my show yesterday. I said, it's good to see you under normal circumstances.
Well, what I told him, we ready for the next volcano to go off. That's about the only thing he has to
Don't say that, Mike.
Global warming, we might get one.
T-Rex is going to pop back up out the ground.
We're probably sitting on a fault line right here.
All
right, Archie, you ready?
Let's get it.
It's your shot right here.
There we go. All right. Presenting sponsors, Alford and Associates.
Yeah, give it up, Alford, in the house.
St. Martin and Bork.
There we go. Chuck's not here, so I'll be handling it. What's up, Chuck?
There we go.
Segment today. We got a good crew.
Rouse's Markets.
Look at the athletes at this table right here. Right. We're going to talk a little bit more about them, but God, they're all athletes at this table except for Bobby. Just kidding, Bobby. You do pretty good too. All right.
Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute with
and
Stan.
Oh, he's got some good guests today. They're loading up for the playoffs.
Our good friends over at Gen Gators, keeping the lights on.
Yeah, look at Raleigh over there. She's trying to hide and blend in with the crowd over there. And Butch in the game.
We got the Lafourche Parish crew filling in for Crosby Tugs.
Yeah, introduce your table while you're up here.
Yeah, we got Parish Administrator Mitch Ogeron.
Hey, Mitch.
Right, Mitch.
Our Public Works Director, Mr. Dylan Baroni.
All right.
And one of our good friends with All South Consulting Engineers, Mr. Stevie Smith.
All right, good deal. And y'all doing a lot of work in y'all buildings over there. You got all the roofs back on,
We do. Just Bobby keeps the hurricanes away.
You working on the interior?
We are.
All right, if you need a little pink decor, just get Bobby in there. He's pretty good at that. He can do that.
Now, the only thing, can you be a miracle worker with the insurance companies?
No.
Yeah.
He's working on that, though.
You want him to use bad language? Talk to him about that.
All right, Barker Honda.
Look at
Mr. Lester
Barker.
Beamer.
Yeah. Look at Lester in the house with his gang.
And the twin chefs on that spells his name wrong, but we gonna let him.
Lester's surrounded by money all the time, man. What's up with that, Lester?
Yeah.
Don't get nervous when I say that. It's okay. It's a compliment.
All right, South Louisiana Bank.
They putting all of Lester's money, they stocking it away over there, so they couldn't be here today.
All right. And Quality Rental Tools.
Look at Jack and his crew over there. We got the gang. Some more athletes over there with Barry and all that. We got Steve. You can laugh every now and then. It's all good.
Our friends over at Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government.
Look at Kelly and her gang. They do a great job with the housing and everything in the parish. So thank y'all for being here.
Trying to keep up with Lafourche, guys. It's all right. Just keep it up. Terrebonne Parish School District.
There you go. All the Beckys and the whole crowd. Everybody's out there. Thank y'all.
Grand House Shipyards.
All right, Grand House on special assignment this week.
GIS.
We got Explore Houma.
Yay! They're a perennial cheering group over there.
That's what I'm
right behind there. We got
Terrebonne Economic Development Authority. Tita.
Look at Cohen.
Cohen
he's
in the
sitting
house.
next to his father-in-law, so he's got to be really good today, right?
All right, we got the Headache and Pain Center.
All right, Headache and Pain. They insert. Oh, Dad, look at Rusty. Rusty won the money last week.
Right on cue.
Hey, Rusty, way to be fashionably late.
Yeah,
I like
grand
that.
entrance.
All right. Our friends over at the South Central Louisiana Human Services Authority.
Kristen and her gang over there. There they are.
We got the retired coaches.
Yeah, well, he's not here today.
They're living the retired life today.
They're really retired.
Still retired.
Then we got the False family in the back.
There's my Aunt Miriam, my cousin Francis, his wife Donna, and we appreciate it. So, look, I went over, so don't throw the flag because we're going to take a break and we're going to come back. Archie, you qualified. You did a good job.
Working on my TV voice for later in life. You never.
Well, you got the radio
You got a
voice.
lot of PR skills.
You got the radio stuff down.
All right, we'll be right back. Don't go away.
So I just found out that the opposite of easy peasy lemon squeezy is depressed, stressed lemon zest. And now I'm using that all the time.
When we come back, Saints Talk. You won't want to miss this. When it comes to marine towing, Crosby Tugs has over 40 years of experience. We have the know-how to safely assist ships into and out of their berths, escort oil tankers quickly and safely, tow ships, respond to fuel spills, and work in extreme conditions. Founded in 1977 by Vinton and Kurt Crosby, we are one of the largest privately owned marine transportation businesses in the industry. If it's on the water, let Crosby be your transporter.
When you have a history of greatness, the real challenge starts after the finish line. When victory alone isn't enough, you chase something greater, no matter how difficult the path. On the dirt, in the sand, and beyond. The new 2024 Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot, part of our most rugged trail sport lineup yet. From Honda.
Gen Gators Power Systems is the area's leading Kohler standby generator solution, specializing in maintenance, repair, and installation on all major brands, from gas to diesel and 2kW to 2000. Home or commercial, our team has you covered. Our factory-certified technicians and installers are highly trained to provide response and repair when you need it the most. We service what we sell, period. Trust the Gen Gators, where we sink our teeth in the service.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin and Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou, guys. 35-14, Saints beating the Cleveland Browns. And I've said this before on WWL in the morning and then yesterday on our second guest show, that what Taysom Hill did in watching all these football games in the Superdome and even outside of the Saints, that performance goes on the Mount Rushmore of performances in the Superdome, what Taysom Hill did.
You know, now Rich Marty could do a lot. He was a utility player, could do a lot, but he would be like a poor man, Taysom Hill.
Well, I wouldn't have fumbled on the goal line, and I wouldn't have thrown an interception.
That's true.
Because I'm not a quarterback.
But you know what's crazy?
You're right.
To show how great Taysom Hill is, that impacted the game. We were -2 in the turnover margin. And usually, man, come on, Taysom, you can't fumble, you can't throw an interception. We don't even look at that. Because how he's impactful, how you handle adversity, how he came back to help us win that second half.
But he does it consistently. You know, he's been such a weapon for the Saints consistently. When he's out of there, it's very obvious. I mean, defenses don't have to prepare for him. He can do everything.
Well, he can do everything. You got enough old people around here to educate the young people. Y'all know Frank Gifford. And people might remember, he was married to Kathy Lee Gifford. No, Kathy Lee was like that second or third wife, whatever. But the whole thing, Frank Gifford, if you look at what he did with the Giants, you know, you might remember him, Howard Cosell, Monday Night Football, Don Meredith. Good night, the party's over. You know, Monday Night Football, that's how it all started. But I like history. Only 2 players in NFL history have 30-plus rushing touchdowns, 10-plus receiving touchdowns, 10-plus passing touchdowns. It's Frank Gifford and Taysom Hill. Yeah. So it's not an opinion. That's actually what happened. So, no, Taysom Hill, and talk about, you know, like some players and their attitude and all that. Taysom's as great an individual off the field as on. He's almost too good to be true. And I've said this a number of times. If you raised a daughter and they came home with Taysom Hill, you hit the lottery. It was like, oh my God.
No, he's a good dude in life.
Oh, no, really it's like he has to have some skeletons.
Very humble kid.
I don't think he's way more straight-laced than, like, you know, Drew Brees might fake the funk, but not Taysom Hill.
He's a Mormon, you know.
We're going to go to the highlights right off the bat. Taysom Hill with the score. Jameis Winston back to pass.
Jameis Winston was outstanding.
And he threw Jerry Judy.
He played pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I thought he did.
I figured he'd throw an interception.
I thought we would throw, but we dropped a couple of picks potential. But, a lot of chunk splash plays. We got to limit that. And that's
so it's 7-7, but back to pass. Taysom Hill.
See, this is that. You know, he said, he's going to be open.
Lollipop here, and
that's
Denzel Ward.
Before, he didn't read nothing. He just threw that up.
Yeah.
But you saw that flea flicker? That was a dart that he threw on that drag route.
Derek Carr throws it downfield, complete. MVS, Marquez Callaway.
Valdez Scantling. Now you sound like Buddy. Mike, you say Callaway. Valdez Scantling.
Goes in for the score.
And he can run.
And he caught it, because normally he'd been kind of shaky with the hands. But they come back, Njoku with the score, so it's 14-14.
No one thought that the Saints would win 35-14 right there when it was 14.
And then Taysom Hill
He's a beast mode.
Run through those tackles, and he's a fast guy.
People don't realize how fast Taysom Hill. He can run over, but he can run around you. Now, he's our beast mode. He's the Marshawn Lynch of the South.
He's as strong as a beast.
And with the punt,
we just got this cat.
Makes one move.
Pettis. Look at this.
Dante Pettis was a tremendous punt returner at Washington. The 49ers never used him in that category.
You got to fake out that kicker, though.
When he's on the boundary, we got to have those white shoes.
Yeah,
you got to be
exactly. I thought the same thing. White shoes, and he throws it out, and it's a great catch by Jawan Johnson.
Well, the one thing we've utilized the tight end, Foster Moreau and Jawan Johnson. They do this against the Rams going forward, Mike. They had 7 catches. 6 catches for 80 yards. That's productive.
This is, it wasn't broken before, but this really breaks it. Taysom Hill kind of just slows it down, gets in for the score, and you knew at that point Saints were going to win this. Again, 35-14, unbelievable performance by Taysom Hill. So many other guys contributed. We talked about Jawan Johnson and Foster Moreau.
Foster Moreau's playing at a high level.
And Scantling comes in to make the big play. The offensive line with Eric McCoy ran so smooth, and he pulled out a little bit in the third quarter.
Now, but I'm glad we have the open date now, so he
can heal that and come back for the Rams game. Defensively, the Saints bit, but they didn't break. And what did you see this week you hadn't seen before?
Tackling.
Cam Jordan, Demario Davis making plays.
13 tackles for Demario Davis. You know who else? Wait, Tyree had 5 tackles.
Yep.
That's he hadn't had 5 all year, I don't think.
Yeah, we still got to get after the quarterback more. We ended up with 3 sacks, but still, Jameis Winston, you got to make. If we don't make Matthew Stafford uncomfortable,
you in trouble.
He's going to burn us. I'm telling you, he burned us last year, and right now we're counting on Alontae Taylor, the number 1 cornerback. You know, we don't have Lattimore's now with the Commanders. You got Paul Adebo's out for the year. We're counting on Alontae Taylor and then Ugo Amadi to be the nickel. And then we hope Kool-Aid. Who doesn't love a name like Kool-Aid? Kool-Aid McKinstry. I hope he does something, but they're going to get picked on. I'm telling you, if we do not beat the Rams, it's because they burn our secondary. And they did that last year.
You got to affect Matt Stafford.
Yeah,
throwing the
or he's going to burn it.
He's going to put it. So, Bob, I'll let you count this down to the end. Last night we saw it. They played for the Battle of Texas, and your favorite team
I love it.
got knocked out, right?
Smoke.
And Jerry Jones and the Cowgirls, they're fake. Well, no, the thing about that, they had a fake fight. Now look at Mike Tyson, and then that was a fake fight. Now he got paid money, but he's supposed to have old Jerry's World. I don't know. They got on the ceiling, the steel's falling down. Lucky nobody didn't get hurt then. So, boy, when it rains, it pours, and I love it. I love it. And it's always a great day in America when the Saints win and the Cowgirls lose. Who dat?
We'll be back with more sports on the Bayou.
Don't go away. Harry McCullough talks Nicholls State and also a feature of the week.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Borg. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Borg have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Borg today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number 1. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number 1 grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Throw it to the HOF, Hall of Famer H. You got it, brother.
That's right. We appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to get to Sterling Washington, head coach at HL Bourgeois, in a second, but we want to take care of Nick Nichols. It's special teams is kind of starting on that slide.
Yeah, who's the special teams coach?
Yeah,
Coach Rebo. But Coach Rebo.
Right. It surprised me, though. Lamar's one of those teams that are like, oh, they're beating Nichols. Lamar's better than you think. Maybe not their record.
Right.
Like Stephen F., Lamar, they're that type of team.
Right, but they got to play, Southeastern at the finale. But this started it all. Look at that short punt out to the 40-yard line, and they run it all the way back. So the Cardinals are on the board right away, 7-0. Actually, it was 10-7 a little later on. Pat McQuaid. And look, man, people are kind of talking about McQuaid, too. This is like the fifth game under 300 yards total offense. He had about 190-something passing. He did throw the touchdown there, so it was 10-7.
It was close at half, yeah.
Yeah, so they were doing good. Here's a replay of that, But I've heard some little grumbling. We've had McQuaid here on the game, here on the show. But, yeah, their offense just not getting it done. A little while later, that's it, though. The rest of the way, it's the Cardinals as they score on a pass here, 4-yard pass, and a little later. So they are now 4-7 on the year. 2-4 in the Southland Conference. We're just not used to seeing that out of Rebo's.
And now you catch Frank Selfo in Southeastern.
Well, you got to win.
Man, they don't play it.
In Leicester, you need to put pressure on Coach Rebo. Then we can salvage our season Thursday night. No, come on. The River Bell Classic, we got to win that game.
Yeah. So that's it. That's their they were 4-4, and that's their third straight loss.
But that's the guy that Burners. He's the one who ran the 40-yard punt return. Mike, he had 3 receptions, 84 yards. He'll probably get invited.
Man, I would like to be the coach at Lamar. Look at that area to recruit.
They got great
and all around.
Yeah. And Leicester, they got great facilities. Nichols got
they
great
got
facilities.
really good facilities at Lamar.
Hey, let's get to Sterling Washington, head coach at HL Bourgeois. Actually, the first head coach that actually played at the school, right?
Yes, sir.
1984 graduate.
Yes, sir.
First thing I want you to do is, half of your crowd left, but who you with here?
Yeah, well, we have Mr. Bobby Arsenault. We had Ernie Brown, who's locally here, coaching everything. We have Mr. Gerald White, who's locally, Graham alumni, and Mr. Skippy Ezell.
Another stud. So, the table of studs there. So, let's talk about you. Man, y'all made the first round of playoffs. You've had a little rejuvenation over there at Bourgeois.
Yeah.
Y'all been playing good. Tough matchup at Hornville in the first round.
Tough matchup. I mean, Hornville, they just have some guys that, ready for the next level. We moving in that direction. But I think the kids really came in this year and focused in on the weight room, focused in on our discipline. It gave us an opportunity to, number one, get to the playoff. Although we went to Hornville, we had a chance. We was up at halftime, 25-21. But like I said, when you line up against the Hornvilles of the world, the Destrahans of the world, death normally, wins out.
Well, you can grow it. Obviously, we've always talked about the athletes that come through Evergreen. And if you can harness that power of Gray there, you got some players that will be coming your way. You just got to get them out and get them motivated, right?
Yes, and we're going to continue doing that in reference to going to Evergreen, supporting them in their junior high games. Coaching staff go out. We invite them to our games on Friday night, have a day where they can come out and see what it's all about. And then at that point, just is a little disappointing right now. You can't get the kids until the summertime.
Right.
You don't get them in the spring like we used to because of the Louisiana high school rules. So, but
that's bogus.
Exactly.
You let them play video games in the spring?
Well, that's Evergreen kids.
Yeah. So once we get them, though, we really get hard in the weight room and get them on the field and try to get them going for the summertime so we can get into the season.
Yeah. Coach, when you think about it, with guys like what Skippy and Bobby did, but these young guys today, who they relate to, they see Kyron Lacey from this area playing for LSU, what Mason Smith did at LSU.
Yes.
That, to me, kind of gives them the dream, hey, I want to be like that. I want to get an opportunity to play at the next level.
And you have 2 former Terrebonne players at Florida State.
Yeah, exactly.
2 brothers. So, the local kids, at least they can see someone that they've seen, they've watched them play, and now they can go ahead on and try to emulate some of the stuff they did and try to get to the next level.
Yeah, so get those guys. And, yeah, they had a bourgeois kid played at Florida State, too, Lyman, right? A couple of years ago?
A couple of years before I got
here. Yeah. So, and last question before they throw the flags at us, Coach. You also have championship pedigree in basketball, right?
Yes. I was fortunate enough when we was at Ellender, Coach Skippy and I, we won the boys basketball state championship in 1998. So,
you said football.
Well, I mean,
we're going back to football.
Yeah, I mean, and Coach Skippy and I talk about it all the time. Football was my first love,
right?
And I mean, I got a chance to go to the next level in basketball. So, just trying to balance both of them, assist in football, and I was just fortunate enough to get a head coaching job at HL Bourgeois,
right.
where I graduated from in football. So I'm really at home.
Yeah, well, Sterling, thank you so much. Changing lives. Look, a great coach can change lives. Thanks a lot. All right, we'll be right back with more Sports on the Bayou after this.
Thank you.
Right after the break, it's LSU time. Stick around. It's getting good.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
The farther I went, the more people I seen, all my heroes, Staubach, Drew Pearson, Terry Bradshaw. I kicked the extra point. I kicked off. I ran punch back. I ran kicks back. I played safety. When I met Martin Falls, it was called Park. He was playing with the Rebels, and I was playing with the Tigers. Those teams back then was like, whoa, In fact, we played against each other through our whole career. And we're the best of friends still today. They still can pull Skippy Ezel up and recall his past, what he did in life. I wish I'd had HTV to support me when I was at South Turbo.
Ezel throws a great pass. It was one-on-one coverage. And Jerry Gordon, with his great speed, is very hard to cover one-on-one.
I want to thank HTV for keeping Skippy Ezel in the lights.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin & Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou, guys. We thought LSU might have a bounce-back game against Florida.
Yeah, they got bounced.
All Florida did was bounce them back.
Yeah.
27-16 loss. And Florida's not a very good team. Watch what Ole Miss does them this weekend. Florida's not very good.
They look pretty good the other day.
But, man, they look good against LSU.
And LSU had the history of kind of chipping away, getting better each week, but it's going in the opposite direction this year.
Well, it wasn't that long ago when you think about this. 3 weeks ago, we all was watching this. LSU led the Aggies, led Texas A&M 17-7. You remember that? It's like, man, I'm feeling good about LSU situation with a chance to take sole control, first place in the SEC. And since then, when we fell off the cliff, since then, the Tigers, LSU Tigers, have been outscored 100-35 while scoring only 2 touchdowns. They have now scored a combined 29 points over the past 2 games. Not 29 points in one game, 29 points in the past 2 games. So no, Coach Kelly, the buck stops here. Well, hell yeah, it stops here. We're paying you $10 million a year.
This is your team. You're in year 3.
Don't throw anybody else under the bus. No, you're the man. Now, we got to hope he wins because they ain't paying him $70 million to go away. You got to hope Coach Kelly wins with LSU. And no, the natives are restless, to say the least.
So let me ask you a question.
We all thought they have 12 teams. Come on. LSU should be in that number. It's not 4, the top 4.
Okay, this would really be a kick in the groin. What happened? And it would be a couple of scenarios of events. What happened if Tulane gets into the top 12 and LSU's not? Man, you talk about you're never going to live that down.
Nobody's talking about that. What are they?
Tulane's ranked higher than LSU right now. They went to Annapolis. I think they had lost 6 or 7 straight to Navy, and then ended up coming away. They got cheated against Kansas State. I don't know if y'all watched that Tulane game. My dad would never watch that because it's Tulane. But anyway, and then they lost to Oklahoma. But Tulane, they would be in the postseason. Now, obviously, if they'd be undefeated, everybody would be talking about them. But no, it was just so frustrating with expectations with LSU.
DJ Lagley, man, freshman quarterback, throws it in. Man, a tight window throw to Elijah Badger for the score. And then Nussmeier answers it back. Aaron Anderson, who's really playing some good football for him, former Edna Carr star, went to Alabama for a year, transferred to LSU, and then Lagway back to pass, got some heat. It's a breakup, but you don't see too many of them.
You know what's crazy? As bad as Florida's record, their fans were into the game.
They were fired up.
And so Trey Smack comes in for the field goal for the Gators.
He can kick.
He can kick it. But Ramos, man, he answered the bell too. He comes up with a big field goal, 50-yarder. That's the longest of his career. And so back in it, 10-10, and then Ramos kicks another one. So it's 13-10 LSU. And you said, man, maybe things are pointing in the right direction. But then here comes the kid again, Trey Smack, 55-yarder, and he did that with room to spare. So now it's tied 13-13. But Florida brings it back downfield, in for the score.
The only good thing, I like Nussmeier, from UL, and I think he's a good dude. And they're going to give him a chance, the recruiting class next year, but that was a big win for him, obviously.
And then, again, a 38-yarder for Ramos is 20-16, the backbreaker. The freshman running back, Jaden Ball, goes 55 yards for a score, and that was game, set, match.
Well, you miss one tackle at the point of attack, and then all of a sudden, good night, Irene.
You can't give up these chunk plays against teams like this. Even Florida, who's not a really good team, but you lost to a freshman quarterback. They had a freshman running back. They may be going to have 2 draft choices. LSU probably have 6 or 7 in the draft. Goes to show you they were out-coached Saturday. Billy Napier, got to give him credit.
I was talking to T-Bob about this. What about all the damn hype about the offensive line? Our offensive line is freaking sorry. I don't know, T-Bob, they ain't no NFL players, Will Blackmon, all them, but they can freaking run block. I mean, we're supposed to be like unbelievable. We get our ass kicked on the line. I mean, it's very discouraging. Now, I'm looking at it, we allowed more sacks against Florida than they've given up all season. Heading at Mike. Okay, one night, more than giving up all season, they gave up 6 sacks.
And they were second to last in sacks in the SEC before that. So they're not second to last anymore. But think about it, guys, that I think Jaden Daniels covered up the flaws of the offensive line.
Jaden Daniels,
he rushed for 1,100 yards. How much of that was scripted? Not a lot.
No,
Jaden just take off.
So I got a quick question for you, though, before we get out of the break here. So obviously there's a lot of heat on Kelly. He's not going anywhere.
No, he's not.
You go down to the coaching staff. Who's on the hot seat?
Offensive coordinator. Joe Sloan's.
Yeah, well, you see, in Coach Kelly, now he has all the play sheet.
So guess who's helping call plays?
He's going to have to start.
And all. Well, no, because he's the bottom line. The buck stops with him. Hey, you getting paid the big bucks? No, you might. You can't throw everybody else under the bucks. No, under the bus, it's you. It's you. I don't know. To me, he's a Yankee. I don't know.
Hey, wait a second, you say that with 3 seconds left to go.
Right after a short break, Stan Bravois in his Prep Football Roundup.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number 1. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number 1 grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Welcome back to Sports on the Bayou. Very happy to be joined by the head coach of Vanderbilt Catholic, Brian Wallace. Vanderbilt Catholic 8-2. Only 2 losses, and one was to an undefeated Lutcher team and another to E.D. White, who's a pretty good program over there in Thibodaux. Coach, congratulations. Playoffs start for you this week. Talk a little bit about coming from the collegiate level. Listen, I'm going to say this tongue-in-cheek. We've been talking about Nichols, right? Struggling this year. He leaves Nichols. I wonder if he calls Tim every once in a while and says, hey, you need me back?
Man, if you were coaching special teams, I'd say come back.
I was actually the last 4 years as coordinator, but that's not it. But no, it's been a good transition. Obviously, the first go-around in the playoffs, so excited to get a home game, able to get a home game Friday night versus Hannon. So,
6th seed. They are the number 6 seed in the playoffs. Again, he mentioned Archbishop Hannon, kind of a surprise winner. In this day and age of the LHSAA, if somebody says, can you get to the second round of the playoffs being 1-9, the answer is yes, because Hannon is 1-9 in the regular season.
But then you better not lose, Coach.
No pressure.
Right now. That's putting any pressure. I'm not putting any pressure on you, but right now, you better not come there.
Right?
You got to win. Come on.
You said they have a really good quarterback.
Well, I told our guys the other day, I said they have nothing to lose. I mean, they're the 22 seed. They go in at 1-9. They beat a good St. Michael's team. So we're going to get their best punch Friday night, and but we're preparing them, to give them ours. So we just got to prepare like we always do.
Are you the kind of guy who assesses the regular season now, or it's like, I'm not doing any of that stuff until we get through this playoff run?
So last week, fortunate enough to get the bye, we were able to kind of get some of where we got back to our fundamentals last week, and just we talked about just getting back to always taking the Terriers off the schedule. So what do the Terriers need to work on, and blocking, tackling, all those fundamentals that we have to have that are rudimentary to winning ball games. So we're able to do that last week, and this week we can just focus on Hannon.
Listen, don't want to jump the gun. Obviously, these guys are going to be heavy favored in their game. E.D. White going to be favored in their game. That would mean that the two teams would play each other next week, which, for us as fans, we hope happens in the area. How do you not play 2 games on Friday night?
Well, that's why they call you coach. You know what I mean? So I tell the guys all the time that, just be where your feet are. Focus on the next game. We got to go 1-0 before you can go 2-0. And it can happen to anybody. That's why it's win or go home right now in the playoffs. So
and no matter what the level, you always want to win anytime you play. But you look all of a sudden, then when we impressed, look at Josh Allen and the Bills. They beat the Chiefs, but are they going to beat them in the playoffs?
Yep.
That's the whole thing. So you might say it ain't over till it's over. When you look at the regular season, that's the game you want to win when it comes postseason.
Absolutely.
That's what people are going to remember.
Absolutely.
I got a quick question,
Sure,
Coach.
sure.
Do you, in a lot of sports, you coach for the tournament effectively. Do you have that in the back of your head, gearing up and peaking at the right time, or do you do things differently, or you're trying to win every game and let it fall?
We're just trying to win every game just to get to the postseason. You know what I mean? And try to put ourselves in the highest ranking seed. And everyone was like, well, how you feel about the U High because it would change the seeding. I just tell the guys, put a ball down, we'll play. To be the best, we got to beat the best. So we kind of just look at it to, it's going to be about us, and we have to execute to win.
And, Coach, you brought up U-High, Stan and Mike, y'all probably more informed than this. But I don't know. You look at LHSA, all that, and when you're dealing with University High, and then, that a player was legal or not legal, and then you look, I don't know, this day and age with transfer portal, name, image, and likeness, when I look at all that, how did he truly govern this?
And why do you wait so long in the process before it comes out? That's the other thing.
Do y'all have answers? I don't know. Help me out.
University tried to get away with a technicality of being punished 10 days before the end of the regular season within that kind of. So there was a lot of stuff, too. And then, quite honestly, a lot of people started throwing Gordon McKernan's name in there and how it was going to all play out. But it's done. They are out.
They are out.
So they are done. Listen, want to make sure we congratulate the other teams in the playoffs. CCA has a big one against Central Catholic, and that's going to be played at Nichols. Of course, we mentioned E.D. White. They'll be taking on Lincoln Prep, which I've never heard of before. But
where's Lincoln Prep even at?
Livingston Collegiate. I don't even know how we keep up with that.
Livingston Parish?
Livingston
Parish.
Okay. And listen, to Sterling and those guys, they went and they punched Hornville in the mouth. Congratulations. To Tyler Lewis at Terrebonne, they did a great job. Just got away with Chalmette hung around and got to him. And Thibodeau played Mandeville really good, too. So we had a good showing in the first round. Want to congratulate your volleyball team, along with E.D. White, who made it to Lafayette, and they did extremely well there. E.D. White got the win in a tough one. E.D. White loses to Haynes in the semifinals. And E.D. White's girls actually won the cross-country state championship for Division II yesterday. Congratulations for them. Your Trojans from Central Lafourche, they finished in eighth place in Division I. So congratulations to Tex Martin and his crew. So some good things happening in the high schools. But, Brian, our eyes are towards you. We hope y'all do well. Want to mention you have Chandler Arsenault with you here.
Coach Chandler Arsenault.
Yep, all-conference player.
Well, we all want to see Vanderbilt play E.D. White again. Come on, who's against that? Hello. Come on, right? That's a natural. We want to see Vanderbilt. No, I want to give positive or negative. I'm going to give Martin the business. I always hold, whether Vanderbilt wins or not, I always give Martin false credit or the blame.
Well, again, we hope you guys do well. Let's win this week first.
Absolutely.
Right?
No doubt.
We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou right after this.
Coming up, Chuck Bork or his sit-in will be here for What's Up, Chuck?
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
At South Louisiana Bank, we're great at banking, but we're great at a lot of other stuff too.
Is that a new rod and reel?
Hey, a girl's got a fish. We care about the community we live in and the people we serve. We're not just like you. We are you.
Are you boiling crawfish?
No, just letting them soak.
We're proud to be here and work for the place and the people we love. South Louisiana Bank. It's in the name.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors. Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barker Honda, Crosby Tugs. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. It's our What's Up Chuck segment. And Chuck, he's in court probably coordinating and supervising. So, Martin, you got it.
He's not in court. He's out shopping for new suits. I know Chuck all too well.
He might be hanging out in Fourth Ward. You know, he's a big TCU backer.
He's gearing up. He wants to finish strong on this show.
He's starting a new crying towel is what he's doing.
Before I bring up my question about Brian Kelly, we dug up an old picture, and this is a little bit self-serving too, the punt, pass, and kick. I want to pull that picture up. Now look at this. Skip Ezel with a shirt says, "Stifle yourself." Look at that young Martin Falls way in the background trying to hide from the camera. But you know, Harry still gets upset. Harry, you'll remember that. I beat Harry by 1.5 feet.
On the punt?
1.5 feet.
Whoa, punt, pass, kick.
Punt, pass, and kick. But look, here's the thing.
Skip, you look like a man there.
Well, look, he was a man.
Like little boys.
Hey, I threw the ball about 35 yards, 12 years old. You know how far he threw it as a 13?
I'd say probably
66 yards.
Oh, I was going to say 55 to 60. It was 66.
They threw it over the tape. I remember clearly my dad was looking at it all. Threw it over the tape, and they had to move the whole tape for Skippy. He had it was unbelievable what he was doing. But he could punt it and kick it.
They didn't even have a tape measure long enough.
So Skippy did well with his career down the road. What happened to you?
Well, hey, look, that might be one of the truest statements you ever made.
but Skippy, everybody views Skippy as a quarterback, but he was on the level that he can hang with all the punters.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, people don't realize how well he could punt.
He had a great leg.
He's just a great athlete.
Probably one of the greatest athletes to ever come out of this.
He was the Bayou's John Forcade in high school. You know, talk about like a man amongst boys. That was Skippy Ezel. And you know what I love, Skippy? Y'all beat us in homecoming the year we won state. And they all wanted like Forcade and Shaw to play Tommy Wilcox and Bonneville. Tommy Wilcox goes to Alabama, All-American strong safety for Bear Bryant. And all the tie-speak units, we're going to have Bonneville and play Shaw to win the championship. But guess what? Salafouche beat both of them.
Well,
that's not an opinion. That's what freaking happened.
That's a fact.
If I could come back and answer Rich's question, I did play at Vanderbilt Catholic. And is there any other place really worth playing after that?
Probably not. Not after Hebert left.
He couldn't have qualified at Vanderbilt.
So Rich, how about your high school experience? You know, you were up north and all. You go to a Catholic high school like Vanderbilt E.D. White or what?
No, we had a large high school, 3,000 total, and I was a wide receiver.
That's a lot.
John Danowski, I don't know if you know, John Danowski is the head coach at Duke lacrosse. He's been there and won many championships. He was our quarterback. We played lacrosse and football together. But I was a wide receiver. In the first 2 games, I had 22 catches my senior year. And then John broke his hand, and then the next quarterback broke his hand. And so they came to me and said, "Rich, I got good news and bad news. Good news is you're the quarterback. Bad news is you can't play wide receiver anymore."
Rich, a lot of people
I became a quarterback in high school.
And a lot of people don't realize, Rich, not only, an NFL football player, wasn't you like All-State, All-American, like lacrosse?
Thank you for bringing, I was All-American lacrosse, really 5 times counting junior college, but I just got inducted.
Lacrosse, Penn State, Syracuse, it's an old Native American game. We don't play it on the Bayou. We don't play lacrosse.
I'm going to play Bobby Hebert for a minute. I was inducted into the Long Island Lacrosse Hall of Fame last year. I'm very honored.
But one of the claims, something y'all don't know, at Penn State, they had somebody that graduated Penn State. Guess what they developed that it's in every store in America today? Just for men.
Oh, really?
Just for men. Rich is the spokesperson.
Jealousy will get you nowhere. You've been trying for 15 years. It's not working. I don't dye my hair. That's it. I'm telling you.
Wait.
And I have hair under my arm, as some people don't.
We'll be right back because I'm choking from the chemical. Don't fall asleep now, because when we come back, I'll give away an award to someone who's in the audience on my Stay to Play segment.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. It's our Stay to Play segment. But, Rich, you wanted to say something before I throw it to you.
Yeah, I do want to say something. You know, this was Saints Alumni Weekend. They do it every year, and they bring back 50 or 60 guys that we all played with, the alumni. They give us 3 days of fun. They give us the suites. And I just want to thank Evan Myers, who coordinates everything. It's a nightmare trying to round up all our cats. But I want to thank the Saints for doing just a wonderful job. They give us a bunch of attire and just really make us feel like we're part of the organization, and if not every team does that. Yeah. I'm going to tell you, the Saints do a great job. Thank you.
We got to thank Ms. Gail for that, because Tom would not have done that.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Tom wouldn't have done
Thank you, Gail.
I'm just keeping it real.
I love the way Geritol steps up and sponsors that segment for y'all.
Well, Geritol Advil, we had
All right, we ready to give away a little money?
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, Dom LaBeouf, my nephew, he gets the blame today if he doesn't pick your number. So, Dom, here we go.
So, Bob, where do you find that gold?
He's an engineer, and he can figure this out. One ticket at a time, Dom.
Okay. So, 027595.
Oh, I was so close, but so far.
What? The Food's Parish wins $40. Hey, that's good because you are an agent of the parish. I can't go over 60. Archie knows that. We have to keep it under the law. Under the law. Above the law. Who gets you $40?
for your next run, Archie, whatever you're running for, baby.
Hey, Archie, I like that when you said that's your campaign contribution right here.
All right, the next one. Cajun Meat Market. It's going to be a $100 gift certificate over there. Mr. Mike, I ain't seen you look that active since. You like that, don't you? You ready for this, huh? All right, Dom, you ready?
Yep.
Just let's close it again. Twirl it a couple of times.
We just love the color gold. Look at that thing spinning.
All right, here we go. One ticket. Big winner. A lot of pressure, Dom.
I know. I can feel it. 027573.
573.
Don't tell me.
The Prince of Bel Air.
Lester.
Wow.
Lester's going to eat this week.
In your backyard, and you're actually going to take this from this week.
You know he's going to take
it. Who's going to win? Wait, who's going to win? Vanderbilt, Edie White.
I'm not a sponsor next year.
Oh, here.
Hey, Lester. Does that go to name, image, and likeness with Nichols?
No, that goes in his freezer.
No, Lester. Name, image, and likeness right here. Come on, you always promote that for the Colonels.
Yeah. If it would have been cash, you'd have given it to charity. But that's food.
It's in the freezer.
Stays under the radar, and taxes don't come together.
All right, Dom, good job. You did a good job. All right. Good deal. All right, Mike.
All right, Martin, we'll be back to finish it off here on Sports on the Bayou.
Coming up, a look at next week's game.
Since 1954, Terrebonne General has been a beacon of health and hope in our community. As we mark 7 decades of dedication to your well-being, Terrebonne General Health System remains committed to advancing healthcare, improving lives, and expanding our services to meet your evolving needs. In celebrating our past, we look forward to a future filled with promise and progress. Your health is our legacy. To discover more, visit tghealthsystem.com.
Since 1988, Quality Rental Tools has provided specialized products to the oil and gas industry. Our locations allow for quick service to both land and marine operations. At Quality Rental, our name represents our commitment to our customers. Our uncompromising principles help us remain a strong and vibrant member of the oil and gas industry. To order any of our products for offshore and land needs, call us today at 1-888-922-3449. Quality Rental Tools, our name says it all.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
We're finishing it off here on Sports on the Bayou. Guys, we didn't talk a lot about Tulane, but think about it. Over the last 3 games, that defense has given up 9 points. 9 in the last 3 games, the Green Wave. What John Summerall's doing at Tulane, because Willie Fritz was awesome. He built that program, but look what John Summerall has done.
Here, Summerall's here, Rich. So I'm looking at Coach Summerall. Who you think's a better coach? I'm just telling you, you got opportunity. Coach Kelly or Coach Summerall? I'm just telling you, watch Coach Summerall.
He's going to be an SEC coach one day. He will.
Supplying the man. He's done an outstanding job for Tulane.
Does LSU bounce back this week against Vanderbilt?
They better pack a lunch. All I know is Vanderbilt beat Alabama. And what did we do against Alabama? LSU better be ready to play. You would never have thought at the beginning of the year because of the history of the programs. Who's the more the tougher challenge, Vanderbilt or Oklahoma? Oklahoma's sorry this year. It's Vanderbilt. I'm telling you, LSU better come to play. It's going to be a tough game.
You're right.
They're 7.5 point favored. So Coach Kelly's thinking we got to come away with a win.
Got to be a W this week, no question. We'll be back next week with another version of Sports on the Bayou.
Who dat? We'll see you next week on Sports on the Bayou.
Where sugar cane is grown, so much to see on HTV. Stick with us 'cause we're your home.